Hey everybody, it is Spooky from ArmoredTalk.com, and today I have a little bit of a snack for you. I will be having two gameplays of the Typhoon II. You can be forgiven if you're not familiar with what the Typhoon II is. Armored Warfare is bringing it out as a Tier 5 premium tank destroyer. Premium, of course, means that you are able to earn more credits at a faster rate than comparable regular vehicles. I have a feeling one of the reasons that Armored Warfare is bringing all the prototypes out as premium vehicles is just so that players who only want to drive vehicles that were actually in military service or produced wouldn't have to go ahead and progress through a tank or vehicle that only reached the prototype stage. If you have not checked it out already, ArmoredTalk.com has a blog article discussing what a real tank is and what it's not. I will try to remember to put a link in the description below. If I don't, just pop over to the ArmoredTalk.com website and search for the blog title that begins of Tier 10, and you'll find what I'm talking about there. Well, let's go ahead and start taking a look at the Typhoon II. As you can tell probably already, it doesn't move too bad. It has some speed and maneuvers quite well. It reminds me of Snake in the Grass. Whenever I played the Stug or the E25 in Rototanks, I kind of felt the same way too. You feel like you're so low profile when you're driving the vehicle. It just is a little bit different feeling since you're not driving a turreted tank. The Typhoon has good accuracy and pretty quick reload and hits fairly hard. It has good mobility. The only downside to it, and you'll see it here a little bit later, is that it does not have much armor to speak of. There we hit for 290 on the other premium tank I'll try to bring to you later on. The Rapid Deployment Force light tank, which is another premium. I was able to play it some, so I'll go ahead and look back through the game footage and see if I can put one of those up too. I am behaving like a traditional sniper or TD in this particular game, but it's giving you a good idea of if you are able to stay hidden and continue firing, the amount of damage per minute that you can put out is pretty good on this vehicle. Oh, I should not have stayed there. I really thought I was going to be able to reload fast enough there and get another one in before running. I should not have done that. Armored Warfare, if you have not played much of it, you really need to move as soon as you get spotted because you will be getting hit. The tanks are able to aim and fire faster than in World of Tanks. And that's actually pretty good use of smoke there. He wasn't spotted, but he didn't necessarily know that. Something I need to get better at doing myself too is deploying smoke when I've been spotted or when I need to transition to another location. We are actually down 3 vehicles, and it's only the 3 Typhoons holding the AB line up here, so I decided to go ahead and see if I can snipe some more. Come on up a little bit on the hillside to get a little bit of angle to shoot down at the enemy. If I remember correctly, it ended up not necessarily being the best move. It took me a while to find some targets to shoot at. But looking at the mini-map, I wasn't too sure where to redeploy to. I felt like it was important to have us hold the AB line since most of their force, remaining force anyway, seemed to be at the B7 line. And I went ahead and missed him. I think I missed him again too. Still getting used to long distance shooting, and I'm also dealing with some higher ping rates occasionally because I am playing on the Russian server. Although, of course, I do miss like everybody else does. I don't miss there, though. I hit for over 300, getting the sniper bonus since I'm running stationary. TDs, that's their class ability. They hit for a little bit more damage when they're fully aimed in. I missed him, but I also was afraid I wasn't going to pen him. So as you could tell, I went ahead and loaded HE. He was so low health, and HE would do enough damage to kill him, and it ended up working. Spotted, so this time I remembered, move as soon as you're spotted. There's probably not enough tanks down there necessarily to hit me multiple times. They should be heading back towards their cap since they know they're getting flanked by now. But it's a habit I do want to develop, which is as soon as I'm spotted, I need to move. Although I'm going to go against what I just said there and come back up here, and even though I'm spotted, I really wanted to keep the attention of the tanks down here so that they could get flanked. I also thought I was going to be able to get a shot in on that Typhoon II down there. And I think I must have missed. I took a lot of damage there, but I am holding them in their spots so that they are not retreating and trying to capture our guys coming up. Although now I'm one shot for pretty much anything down there, so I want to go ahead and play a little bit safer. I'm going to show you a little bit another video of another gameplay here in a second, just because this one, while it does a good job showing what the Typhoon can do in sniper mode, you need to get to see it moving around a lot, and I wanted to make sure that you were also able to see how well the tank moves. So I'll have that here in a second as soon as we clean up the few remaining vehicles that are left on the opposing team. If I was aiming a little bit better, that one would have been gone, and the game would have been over a little bit quicker. Well, that's the way the cookie crumbles at times. I think I am able to get a shot into this one, even though he hit me earlier. Yep, 453 is what I rolled for, and I was wrong. I was not one shot for any tank down there because I just absorbed one or bounced one. That really surprises me. I have only played this tank probably half a dozen times. I don't recall it having a very good frontal armor at all. It seems to be pretty weak up there. Maybe it's just because I've been playing against a lot of higher tiers. I'm not sure why. Either way, I'm glad to see that it actually does absorb or bounce shots occasionally. I'll go ahead and speed this video up just so that I have enough room to add the other gameplay footage. All we're really doing is making sure that we go ahead and get rid of this last tank. I thought he might swing around the hillside here, but he doesn't. So there we go. That's the game in the Typhoon II. Looks like we did a little bit over 2,500 damage and 2 kills. Spotted 3 enemies. And, well, I guess we finished at the top 4, so nothing to write home about, but also nothing to sneeze at either. This isn't the gameplay footage that I thought I had for you, but it's the one I have available, so we're going to go ahead and roll with it. This is actually the first game I had on the Russian server after switching to the Mac. And I am adjusting the mini-map size to probably about 150 scale-wise. I just prefer to be able to see it a little bit better so I can keep tabs on where the enemy locations are and where my team is deploying a little bit better. I left it in there just in case people had not ever adjusted their settings before and didn't know where to go to make the minimap a little bit larger. As far as the Mac goes, I am not playing on a Macintosh native client right now. I am just running Windows in Boot Camp. Prior to this last release, that was not working for me because kind of the funky graphic card that I have in the iMac. I'm glad it does work now though, because it is kind of nice seeing the game on a 27-inch monitor instead of the 17-inch monitor I've been using on my gaming laptop. But back to the Typhoon II, this still does show you what I wanted you to see, which is how well this tank does move. You know, in that last game, we were being a sniper for the most part. Here, you were able to see me going between buildings and moving fairly rapidly across terrain. I'm a little bit late getting to the party here. You may notice that my team's already formed up a line. I was being a bad player, I guess, trying to get some screen pictures of the Typhoon for you prior to rolling out to the spot. So I was a little late to the game. However, as a TD, I also didn't want to be rolling out there first. So I just thought I'd take the moment to get a couple pictures, snapshots before I deployed to my spot. This one is not working out as well as I had hoped. I hadn't tried this area, this bridge before, although I keep seeing tanks sitting here for some reason. I suppose if the enemy would move up a little bit, I would have a better chance of hitting them. Spotted, I should have moved, but I think I was just spotted from behind, and I don't see anybody that can hit me, so I just stayed where I was. And we have a customer that we hit for 341. Yeah, I think we're able to finish him off now. It's another one of those light tank premiums that I'll hopefully get a gameplay footage of you up sooner rather than later. Here I go ahead and become a little bit more aggressive instead of sitting back and sniping, because I was getting a little tired of doing that in this game. Get caught up on the trailer a little bit. I just figure that he is otherwise engaged, so I might as well start heading towards him. He makes the mistake of ignoring me for some odd reason. I'm not sure if he just was too focused in on shooting whoever he's trying to shoot, but he loses, over 1,000 hit points. That actually would have finished him off if I would have hit. I could decide to go ahead and move up on him. I look at the score and think that, we have pretty much had this game well under hand, and I was hoping he'd come down after me so I could hit him, but he doesn't. Now I'm debating, do I go up there? Oh, sure, why not? I have the hit points to lose. Take the shot and then kill him. And as I come up over the hill, he's turning to shoot somebody else, so I did not even have to take the hit. Had I done so, had I lost 300 or whatever he would have hit me for, it would have been fine. This game's well in hand. It was actually a pretty quick game. And now that it's towards the end and I definitely have the hit points, it's time to go chasing after stragglers, which with this tank speed you can easily do as we go ahead and help eliminate that tank. Continue on, get a shot into a fellow Typhoon, and somebody else finishes him off as well. So you can see that this tank's ability to maneuver around the battlefield, pretty decent accuracy, hits fairly hard, does lend itself to some aggression as well, and not just sitting back and sniping. This wasn't the gameplay footage that I had hoped to have for you. I think it still served the purpose though, showing you the mobility of the Taifun II tank destroyer, Tier 5 Premium, coming to Armored Warfare. And unlike the last premium vehicle that I did, which my verdict for me is still out, this is a premium that I will be getting when the game goes to open beta or when it becomes available. I enjoy this tank. I'm not sure I'll be climbing down a mountain goat after enemy vehicles quite like this too often, especially when they track you. Go ahead and take care of him though, and that ends the game. But as I was trying to say, this is a premium tank that I will be buying or will be getting. I do enjoy it that much. I'm sure that one of the reasons they were only having this on the Russian server for this weekend was to check it for balances. So we'll be seeing a little bit of change. I don't expect the gameplay to change a whole bunch though. Assuming it remains similar to what it is or what you saw in this video, is one I would definitely recommend picking up. If you liked the video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. That really helps out, and come visit us at armoredtalk.com. So that's it for this video. This has been Spooky from armoredtalk.com. Wishing you all to have a good day or good night, wherever you are.